one of the most colorful guys to rage for justice in a bow tie, Brown Green.
Jamie and Harvey, I just want to say how absolutely blown away I am to see what has taken place with Rage over all these years. 650 people tonight. This all started in a shoebox somewhere. Beverly Hills Hotel until recently, and now 650 people. It's a tribute to character, a tribute to values that this organization, the Nurses Association, the artists, people like Bob Pack, Roseanne DeMuro, Ms. McVeigh, it's so inspirational to be here and to see this. You know, and we're all comrade in arms, and so is Mark Robinson. Mark Robinson has been a comrade in arms with us, lo, these many years. What an exceptional human being. Man of his word. You call him and you want money for a politician, a cause, he's there. He's always involved in the organizations that make a difference. He stands for true character. I met him long ago on a basketball court at the LA Athletic Club. I didn't know who he was. He was a guy with a sweatband, very, very sweaty clothes, great outside shot, could drive, didn't talk much, but a hell of a competitor. I'll tell you, show me somebody who's a competitor, I'll show you somebody with character. Mark has always been a competitor. Whatever he does, whatever case it is, he's going to win. He endeavors to win. He thinks through things. He's one of the smartest men I have ever seen. Tim Wheeler talks about when he played football with Jeff Robinson at Loyola, and Mark was the coach. And Mark went out and scouted the other teams, filmed the other teams ahead of his time. This is in the early 70s. And Mark has done that kind of thing now with all of these toxic cases, all these wild Vioxx and different things that he's gotten into over the years. And he's made them work. I got involved with him in the tobacco fight. In 1996, Zev Yaroslavsky calls Bruce, my partner, about representing the county in the tobacco fight. Up to this time, there's not been a dime paid by tobacco on any case. They fought everything to the death. So Mark, we get a hold of. Mark and Brian Panish and I take a plane trip, a reconnaissance trip to Minneapolis to see Mike Cerisi. We asked him all about tobacco and all, and he showed us what he had done. Then we went down to South Carolina to Charleston and met Ron Motley. He told us what he had done. I remember a night, I think we're either at a graveyard or a park, about 2 a.m. We'd taken a horse-drawn carriage after a few drinks. And we're talking about life. And Mark Robinson, I'll never forget, asks, who do you admire? Brian says, get ready for this, Jesse James. Mark admired Winston Churchill. I think I said Shakespeare. And after that time, Mark always remarked, Brian loves Jesse James? But you know, in and out of different cases and times, being involved with someone like Mark Robinson reminds me of how a wonderful profession this is. Why we stand for what we stand for and what we work for. You know, he's always paid back. You take a look at his resume, I mean, it's unbelievable. Next year, he's going to be president of National Abota. His father, Mark Sr., founded Abota about 50 years ago. How about that? Preeminent trial law organization, Abota. And I mean, to look over all the other organizations that Mark's involved with, he pays back to the community, to his profession, and he's always there. And you know, when you're like Mark and you look around at all of his success, there's a noblesse oblige involved. With success comes a requirement to pay back, and he believes that. And he's fought his way up to the top of the pole, but he still reaches down to pull people up. Not just clients, lawyers, people in his office and others. Set an example. Think of an example that a guy like Mark Robinson makes for all of us. And now we want to show you a movie, short, about some of his cases.
This little car is Ford's Pinto.
If you can help change the design of gas tanks,
Pinto, a little better idea from Ford.
you may save a lot of people.
It was this fiery crash that led to a massive nationwide Toyota recall.
Our firm took 175 days of depositions. I think 70 or 80 of those days were Toyota employees.
More than 14 million cars recalled, and now a record billion-dollar settlement from Toyota.
I think we have the best team of workers that I've ever seen. The lawyers, primarily young lawyers, along with Mr. Calcagney and myself, and then the paralegals and the investigators. I mean, they're just incredible.
It's unusual to be in a firm where the number one lawyer is putting in more hours than anybody else.
These legal documents spell out what Merck knew and when they knew it. Life-threatening risks were documented but were never reported to the FDA or the public.
There were probably literally thousands of people who had needless heart attacks and strokes due to Vioxx.
Okay, well, the world's second biggest drug maker is headed to court over claims that its antidepressant drug Paxil causes birth defects.
These are babies. Their lives are horrible. I mean, not just for the baby, but for the parents. It's incredible. And I'm doing that right now with Zoloft, another case, and Celexa Lexapro. Our contention is that the term Marlboro Lights is a fraud.
You know, they're lighter, they're healthier, I can continue smoking, I don't have to think about the possibility of quitting.
Marlboro Lights are no safer than Marlboro full-flavored cigarettes. My mom died of lung cancer from smoking. So that's really probably why I'm doing this. It definitely bothered me that she could not stop. Because smokers are addicted, and the tobacco companies knew that.
Mark has a passion for the law that is really unparalleled. You know, most guys his age who have been as successful as he has are probably out on the golf course and they're kicking back. Mark is like the Kobe Bryant of the legal profession.
Wow!
He's late in his career, he's had a great career, but he can still go out and drop 50 points on you any night that he wants to. He's like the Terminator. He just will not stop until justice is done.
It's a team. That's really what this Rage for Justice is about. We're trying to get justice for victims, to help the community at large as well as the individual.
Where is our honored receiver? Mark. While he comes up here, I want to tell you two other things about his family. This guy, his wonderful secretary, Lynn, talks about how hard he works and says it isn't work, it's play. He has a rage for work and a rage for justice. He has a rage for family. His dad, his mom, Rita, his brother, Jeff, his son, Dan, who used to work for us, wife, Melody, they're all wonderful people. They all take part in this wonderful effort with him. Where is this guy? Hiding? Mark. Here he comes. Here he comes. Look at this. The very humble retiring guy. Look at this.
Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up.
You know, as I walked around the room tonight, I would have to praise and thank probably 70–80% of you for what you've done for me in my life and the interaction we've had. It's a tremendous group. You know, in maybe 2 years after I started practicing, I was doing defense work and in my dad's law firm. And I thought, you know, I'm okay at this, but I don't know if I really cut out for this. So I looked for a little firm, a 2-person firm, and I became the 3rd person in the firm down in Santa Ana, California. And I got to tell you, the first day I got to meet a client, I mean a plaintiff, an individual human being, not an insurance company. I'm not saying that some people aren't cut out for that, are cut out for doing insurance work, whatever. But I got to tell you, that was probably the best legal day of my life, representing the person, interviewing the client. And I can tell you, I've never looked back. It's a special thing. So when I look out amongst all of you, I think we're all aligned. I mean, I listened to Kay McVeigh. I listened to Bob Pack. My God, I said to somebody there, I said, how can I come up here after what he's been through and what he's doing for everybody? Makes me want to work harder. Makes all of us want to work harder. Bob's, experience and his dedication. But what this is all about is incredible. We got to keep it going. I've known Harvey and Jamie way back when I was with CAOC in the 90s, and they were always up there in the legislature working. Nancy Drabble will tell you that. She remember, we always see them up there. And what they've done here is just incredible, what they built here. But we have to help them. We really do. And I mean, I think we have to obviously contribute. Like Brown says, we have to pay back. But we have to give of our time too. And it's made me just being involved here tonight has made me think I've got to be more involved and help. And I think we help this group, and I think we all do. So I'm just really honored. I mean, when I listen to the stories here tonight, my grandkids are here, and I think they want to hear, Chris Moore and J.J. Abrams and whatnot, and the movies and the Transformers and all this. My God, I mean, I sort of came up for that, so I'm waiting to hear that. Yeah. But I got to tell you, this is a great group. So, but I do want to do this. I want to acknowledge my family, Melody, and our kids, and they're here, and I appreciate that. My grandkids, Marky and Ella, are here, and then my law firm, and a lot of the lawyers that worked on Toyota with me are here. Mark and Frank, Mark Selzer, Frank Petrie, and Wiley Aiken, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody. All the people in our firm, Scott Wilson, Kevin. Now I'm going to get in trouble because they all worked on the case, and I have to list about 15 people. But it's incredible, our staff. And what I said on that film is right. I'm just blessed. And another person I want to praise, because he cares about justice, and it's good to have someone who's a district attorney that cares about justice. And really, the type of things that we're concerned about, and that's Tony Rakakis, our DA in Orange County. He's here tonight. So I'm just proud to be with you tonight and to be one of you, and I'm going to continue to come back here and really work with Jamie and Harvey. I mean, what they've done and what they've built with this organization is incredible. So let's give them a big hand tonight. Anyway, I'll end with this, that It is really true that when you're doing the Lord's work, when you're doing the work of angels, helping people, it is easy to do it, isn't it? I mean, because I think most of you that are here are doing that. You're helping people, and you could keep doing that forever. I think that's something that is better than anything we could do. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll just keep doing it until they pull me off the stage, like right now. Thank you.